Radiohead. Guys, this is probably the best band of all time. They've got so many great albums. They got one bad one. And today, I'm going to be casually ranking Radiohead's discography. Let's get the little baby on there. The debut from Radiohead. Very different sound from the sound of Radiohead that we know today. A lot less artistic. A lot of you guys might know a song off this album called Creep. We love Creep around here. Apparently Thom Yorke just did a remix on it. I didn't listen to the remix yet. What the fuck? It's 9 minutes long? Do you guys like Creep? Let me know in the comments below. I think it's just an alright song. You is an incredible album opener. You is definitely one of my favorite songs on this album. Stop Whispering's alright, I guess, too. Anyone can play guitar is alright, I guess. I also really like Vegetable. I think Vegetable is one of my favorite songs off this album just because of the fact I really love the chorus. I'm not a vegetable. I really like I Can't. It's got a nice vibe. Blowout is actually one of my favorite Radiohead songs. I like the guitar playing in it. But I think overall, especially compared to the rest of their discography, this album sucks. It's very boring, forgettable, not like Radiohead at all. Try to convince me. It may say it on the album cover, but this is not Radiohead. And I think I'm going to throw this in D tier, guys. Baby's got the bins. What an album cover, man. Who knows what's really going on in this picture. I think if I was alive in 1995 bars, I would have been extremely shocked at the different takes that Radiohead did in this album here. And it's a huge step up from Pablo Honey. Planet Telex. Very awesome start to the album. The drums in this track are so sick, man. And then obviously the next track, Baby's Got the Bin. That's also a great track. High and Dry, another very famous Radiohead song. 202 million plays on Spotify. That is more people in the world. And then Fake Plastic Trees also has a nice vibe in it with those acoustic guitars going on in it. Both of them are great tracks. However, they are my favorites on this album. Compared to everything else on this album, there's a lot better tracks. Like Bones, for example. I love Bones. I really enjoy the explosive chorus of this track. Just as one of the songs that made me fall in love with Radiohead way back in the day. The guitar playing in the song is phenomenal. Bulletproof, ... I Wish I Was. Kind of a low light for me. And Sulk as well. And then they bring it back with Street Spirit Fade Out, which has one of the coolest guitar riffs that I've ever heard in a Radiohead song. And one of my favorite Radiohead closers. I landed my first ollie to this album, so this album's got a very special place in my heart. I really want to put it in B tier. B for the bins. This guy's upset because he got put in B tier. He's like, ah, Kyle, why'd you put me in B tier? I think we know where this album is gonna go, guys. This album's incredible. There's like no lowlights. From the very first opening riff of Airbag, I was hooked. My ears were hooked from the beginning, guys. I couldn't get enough of this song. The drums in this track are super great. I literally love the cello in there along with that opening riff. Probably my favorite Radiohead opener of all time. And of course, it goes right into Paranoid Android. I mean, guys, I don't need to say anything about this track. There's so many great things about this track. I love the riff in there. Oh, I wish I could witness that live. Subterranean, Homesick, Alien, love it. Really like the spacey vibe in it. Exit music for a film. The bass sound in this song, when the drums kick in, the bass is in your face, and then it lets you down with Let Down. But it's not actually a letdown because this song is one of the best songs on the album. Some great lyrics in this song, some great guitar riffs in this song, just a great vibe in this song. Carmen Police. I love this song. Not gonna say anything about it. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments below. How do you guys feel about Electioneering? I genuinely love this song. It's one of my favorites off the album. I love the energy in this track. The guitars in it is amazing. There's the cowbell thingy. Climbing Up the Walls is also one of my favorites off this album. The strings are so good in this track. Really enjoy the climax in it. I like the really nice kind of steady beat in the drums. No Surprises, great song. Not gonna say anything about it. Lucky is another one of my very favorite songs off this album. This album's way ahead of its time, and I think Radiohead took a huge artistic jump in this album, and that's something that is gonna push this album into S tier. Kid A. This album is also just a huge artistic shift. If I was alive once Radiohead was growing up as a band, I would have been losing my shit, man. Everything in this Right Place, really interesting track. You know, Thom Yorke woke up sucking on a lemon. Best Radiohead line. An awesome start to the album. However, I think Kid A overshines it. It's one of my favorites off the entire album. I just really enjoy the spacey vibe of it. The national anthem, incredible. Absolutely incredible. My favorite part of the song is when Thom Yorke goes, "Oh, say, can you see?" He's not even American. The bass line in the song, so punchy. There's just so many like different horns coming at you, so many different sounds coming at you. How to disappear completely. Whoever gave me permission to listen to the song throughout my sophomore year of high school, why? This song is so depressing, man. However, optimistic. This one's optimistic. Finally, 6 tracks in, we get some nice guitar riffs and some nice guitar songs in here. Idioteque. Interestingly enough, this is a sample. You can really just have the best time of your life while dancing to the song, but you're also in the middle of a panic attack. Motion picture soundtrack is a pretty great way to close off the album. Very cinematic. It makes sense based off the title. I also really enjoy how the entire album feels like that album art. Like when I listen to this album, I feel like I'm wherever the fuck this is. Kid A, more like Kid A tier. You know what I'm saying? Good one, Kyle. Thanks, random viewer. Amnesiac, aka Kid A B-sides. They were recorded at the same time, but they also have 2 completely separate vibes, but I can also see how some of these songs would fit into Kid A. I do enjoy this album a lot, not as much as Kid A. Packed like sardines in the crushed tin box. Very cool experimental vibes coming here from Radiohead. Super sick chorus here. The percussion in this track feels really great, and Thom Yorke just sounds super bored while singing it. Pyramid song, more like beautiful song. I love the build of this track. The strings on this track are also amazing. Don't know what the hell happened with pull revolving doors. Does anyone know what happened to the song? Does Radiohead even know what happened with this song? I don't mind it, actually. I think it's really interesting, but I'm really confused by it. If you ever want to freak me out, trap me in a dark room and start playing this song. I would be so scared. You and Whose Army, also a great track. Very soft at the beginning. Thom Yorke just sounding super bored. Sounds like he's waking up from a nap when he's singing this song. I really enjoy the climax of this song. I might be wrong. One of my favorite guitar riffs, Knives Out. Honestly, Knives Out and I Might Be Wrong are my favorite songs off this album. Morning Bell, yeah, I like the Kid A version more, I think. Dollars and Cents is really good. Great strings in that song. And Life in a Glass House, I love this track. If Radiohead did a Disney track, I feel like this is what it would sound like. This used to be one of my favorites. You asked me back in like freshman year of high school, I would have been like so cool and underground. I would have said my favorite Radiohead album is Amnesiac. I'm gonna move the bins up to A tier. I'm putting Amnesiac in B tier. This next album is quite a doozy, eh? 14 songs. A little too long in my opinion. I feel like they could have gotten rid of some slackers. I really enjoy the way the album opens with 2 + 2 = 5. Has a super sick build in it. Thom Yorke starts screaming about paying attention or something, but it sounds like penetration. Penetration! 2 + 2 = 5 is a great track. Sit Down, Stand Up is basically the same exact track though. Structure-wise, they both have kind of the same build, and then they also both have a meme where you can't really tell what the fuck Thom is saying during like the explosive part. I still think Thom is saying Power Rangers. Sail the Moon's cool. I think Sail the Moon has nice guitar tones in it and stuff like that. Backdrift sucks though. If it was a little shorter, it would have been better, but I think it's just really long. Go to Sleep, I really enjoy the riffs in this. The nice acoustic riffs, great structure in this track as well. Where I End and You Begin, nice bass line in the song. We Suck Young Blood. The track is really slow, except for like this 30-second part where it starts picking up. I thought it was gonna keep going that way, and then it goes back to the slow part, and then it just kind of left me disappointed for the rest of the track. That's my complaint with that song. The Gloaming is awful. I don't even want to talk about this song. The Gloaming is awful. They make up for it with There There. The drums in this track is super sick. Great guitarist. And also the climax in this song, so sick. Punch Up at a Wedding, really sick track. I really like the piano in there. Mixomatosis. How do you feel about this track? I fucking love the energy in this track. I love the drums in this track. I love the riffs in this track. The sound of like the guitar and the bass in there is very fuzzy. So it's one of my favorite songs on this album. Gotta Range is boring, dude. A Wolf at the Door, flan in the face, the flan in the face. This song really just gives me the same vibe that I would get from reading a fairy tale or something like that. So I really like this track. In the terms of Radiohead's discography, this album is not up to par. I'm gonna have to put it in the C tier, guys. C for could have been better. Radiohead knew that they released an awful album, so they had to come back with something way stronger. And they're like, hey, we're gonna give it away for free. This album was incredible, guys. 15 Step, banger. I really enjoyed the opening drum beat in it. The guitar really throws you off on first listen. Nice, clean guitar, and you're just kind of not really expecting it. Body Snatchers, love the very crunchy guitar riff in this song. Nude, if you're ever in the shower and you're a little bit stoned, take a listen to this track. I do not condone drug use. Weird Fishes / a preggy. I love the guitars in this song. Got some nice, great arpeggios in there. You got some awesome drum beats going throughout it. All I Need, one of my favorite Radiohead songs. The drum beat in this song feels very like hip-hop inspired, and I really enjoy the bass sound in there. Reckoner, such a sick vibe. Super great percussion throughout this entire track. Thom Yorke's vocals really shine in this track. I feel like that was pretty good, actually. Wow. House of Cards, one of my very favorite Radiohead songs. One time, I was in school. It was raining. I said I had to go use the bathroom, but I wasn't using the bathroom. I was just kind of sitting out on the lunch tables, and I was listening to the song. It was a very incredible vibe. Videotape is probably my favorite Radiohead closer. This album, it is beautiful. That is the only way I can describe it, is beautiful. Really no problem with any of those tracks on here. I'm actually going to move OK Computer over to the side here and make room for its buddy in Rainbows. I think there's some cool ideas in this album. Very experimental. Apparently they like sampled their own instrumentation and they built tracks based on those samples. Bloom is a really great track. It's a very airy and spacey song. It's a song that I could honestly fall asleep to in a good way. Little by Little is one of my favorite Radiohead songs. Little by little. Dude, I'm nailing these Thom Yorke impressions. Feral is a very interesting track. Not one of my favorites, but I do respect it as an artistic piece. Lotus Flowers, super sick as well. The music video to this song is very interesting. It features Thom Yorke doing some weird dances. If you guys want me to recreate it, I can do it. You want to impress some ladies? Show up to a party, do the Thom Yorke dance, especially if you have a fedora on, just like Thom Yorke. Codex is probably my favorite song off this album. It feels very watery to me. Like, I feel like this is a song that I could drown to, and I'd be okay with it. I also really enjoy Give Up the Ghost. And then Separator, whatever I said was my favorite Radiohead closer, I think Separator is my favorite Radiohead closer. Very short album, only 8 songs, 37 minutes long. Kind of an insignificant release, to be honest. I'm gonna put it in B tier. And you know what? I'm actually gonna put it above Amnesiac because I'm feeling crazy today. This is how I heard of Radiohead. Back in 2016, I heard they released Burn the Witch. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? And then I heard that they're releasing a new album like that week. And I was like, what? What? Such a different vibe from everything else that they've done. A lot more artsy fartsy, as some people would say. Burn the Witch, this is such a good way to open up the album, I think. You almost feel like at the end of this track that whoever's playing those strings are about to break the strings or something. Daydreaming, honestly not the biggest fan of this song. I think it's a little too slow and kind of boring, but I mean, obviously I'm gonna listen to it. I'll listen to any Radiohead song. I'm Thom Yorke's a bitch. Dex Dark, I love this song. I really enjoy the structure of this track. First minute's kind of slow, but it gets you very intrigued. And then like it brings in like this kind of choir-ish type of vibe. Full Stop, the second half of Full Stop is incredible. Like when the guitars come in, Thom Yorke's going like, the good times. Identiquette, I love Identiquette. This is one of my favorite songs off the album. I love the guitars in this track. I love the beats in this track. Broken hearts make it rain. The Numbers, really enjoy the vibe of this track. Makes me want to revolt, stick it to the man. I really like present tense. Tinker, tailor, soldier, sailor, rich man, poor man, beggar, thief, I think is the last word there. I really enjoy this song. It has a sick, like a conspicuous vibe to it, and it's got some sick synths in there. True Love Waits is just obviously a beautiful song as well, but I think I like the acoustic version of True Love Waits more, honestly. I think I gotta be in a certain type of mood to listen to this thing the full way through, but there are songs in it that really stand out, like Full Stop, Identiquette. I think I'm gonna put this album in A tier. But I'm a creep. D tier is fine, C tier is fine, B tier is fine, S tier is fine. I don't like the way A tier is looking. The Benz is moving right there. Kid A is moving right there. I'm gonna have to move Moonshaped Pool right there. I think a Moonshaped Pool and Kid A are tied. But what are your thoughts? I'm very curious, actually. What will you guys rank these albums on your own? Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to.